Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
Are you crazy? Kill you all! Nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
Boo.
Here indeed. Oh, what is up, people? Hey, Cam, how you doing? Tim, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm excited for tonight's episode. This might be a two-parter as well because, unfortunately, apparently, when you're in a position of power, sometimes people take advantage of that. I did not know that. I did not realize. Like,
wow, really? What? Wow. Kim Jong-un? No. Him? Never.
I mean, like, everyone in any, what do you call it? Where your studio? Oh, I'm at my family's house right now, still helping out with the chitlins because a bunch of them are sick. Richard, how you doing? Basically, whether you have like a dictator like Lauren's saying or a mailman, you're gonna take advantage of your power sooner or later. All right, it's just gonna happen. Yep. Hey, Gary, how was the Texas reunion? Great, I hope. Texas reunion.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, hit me. Go elaborate, sir. Good sir, please, because I'm not sure. But tonight we are talking specifically just one piece of corruption in LAPD, and that's going to be Operation Rampart and the Crash Gang Units.
And you know what's crazy? I lived in the area while this was happening. Not up to like 2006 when everything, as far as we know, was kind of wrapped, but like I lived in Bell Gardens in the 90s, like mid to late 90s. I lived in Bell Gardens up till I don't know. Wow. Let's see. When did I live? Okay, wait, 5 years. So it was like kind of later 90s. But either way, I came to Bakersfield in 2003. So I was living in close by when all the shit really was going down. That's a long thing, but sorry.
That was at the peak though, right there. That was like at a really deep part of it that was going on. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Gary, unfortunately, no, Texas Frightmare isn't until May.
Yes.
So yeah, we have not had to, but we will. We will be there this year. It's going to be a lot of fun, or next year, I guess, technically. But I guess we can start with just basically what is that shot you're taking. First of all, let's go with that.
The one that you hate.
No, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
This is the good stuff. Oh, okay.
That is.
It's just leftover from what I've had for the last few days. So.
Heck yeah. See, Jose Cuervo Especial is not real tequila. It's actually like more corn alcohol than anything.
Oh, so Tradicional is okay.
Is what you want. 100% agave.
Okay. It was a little bit more expensive.
What do you call
it? It isn't even expensive. I have been working a little bit more recently, so I'm excited about that. But
we may or may not have put in some serious work last night. We totally got that event and we fucking did it. It was awesome.
No, we didn't get crazy, but it was fun. It was nice to network with people, even though I'm not, officially in a sort of like business, really. Frankie was telling me that I should probably get business cards for stuff like this.
I think
He did all the work.
Bullshit. Yeah, I'm
Speaking
gonna
of Frankie, his fucking ears are on fire right now.
I know, because he's like not working ever. He wouldn't even go to get himself a drink. Like, you just go give me one. Whatever.
No, he's trying to get you to do it. He wanted you to work.
Some BS. All right, back to the topic at hand.
Some BS. Let's get into this shit.
Yeah. So the Rampart and Crash Units were basically task force, 38 task force by the end of it, set up specifically in the LA area, which if you aren't familiar completely, it's a bunch of little cities shoved into one area to be one big mega city to deal with gangs of all kinds and the extreme drug sales that were happening in Los Angeles. Obviously, we'll go into another time, but that's obviously fueled by the CIA and the drug trafficking that was happening into the country, into lower income housing areas in order to make money off of them to feed the wars that were happening during the Cold War. That's a whole different story. But that's
definitely going to have to be the part 2, but this is kind of like...
That's a whole other thing. That's like way too big.
This is like some of the repercussions of that whole thing. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say.
I gotta clean my glasses. I can barely like see anything. Sorry.
I haven't seen you without glasses in forever. You should consider contacts.
I got tiny eyes. I need these to make my eyes look bigger. But so Rampart was the overall branching thing, and Crash was basically a unit of police officers that were working not outside the law, but basically on their own to combat these extremely dangerous, drug and gang filled areas. Which I think if you were just mentioning where you were at, they mentioned like 30 gangs in an 8 square mile area, which is insane.
Dude. Okay, Crash, I will tell you guys what that actually stands for. Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums, which sounds really fucking racist if you ask me. Thank you, Hillary Clinton, for that one.
A little bit racist right there. But at the same time, if it wasn't for how it went, I mean, there was a lot of crime going on, you know? Like, if it wasn't how it started,
that is
there's a lot
true.
of murder. Yeah.
That is true. I mean, however, I don't know. What happens to communities when you fucking deprive them of everything? However, they have to fucking fight to survive, correct?
No, 100%. I mean, what do you expect people to do when you literally point them in the direction of what you want them to do, and then they do it?
Right.
It's a catch-22. Obviously, there are plenty of people who don't end up doing that. There's a lot of good people everywhere.
Right.
But when you are tempted with such at the time, an easy option to make a lot of money very quickly, just in a dangerous way.
The same could be said about the mob.
No, 100%. The mob is just as bad, if not worse, because, well, that's a whole other. Well, let's go on another topic.
Group of people, a group where there is organized crime, or maybe unorganized crime. I don't know.
I guarantee you that if the mob would have gotten police officers and more government officials, like what happened in Mexico now, we would be living under a same situation in certain areas in this country. Because the only reason the cartels are more ruthless than the mobs were back in the day is because they were able to get away with it longer. If they had a little more time, as far as the mobs go, they would have been just as dangerous.
Well,
easily.
I would say also the mobs really kind of wanted to clean up the streets as well, in a way, because there was a lot less homelessness in certain areas where the mobs were like really popular because they took people under their wing. You know, they weren't going to let people just run the streets and do whatever and let their neighborhood get bad.
There was a very strict code, yeah.
Yeah, you know. But in this case, I don't think this was the case. to be honest.
Not so much. Not so much, yeah. But the thing to remember here is that the bad guys, yeah, they were bad, but the good guys, quote unquote, were just as bad, if not worse, because they're doing it under the guise of being the good guys.
Right.
That's horrible. So I think. Do you want to start with the main protagonist of today? Do you want to go into him?
So Rafael Perez was originally born in Puerto Rico, I believe, and he immigrated to the States in 1967. He moved from, I think, Brooklyn to Philly, and then, or no, he was born in Brooklyn in 1967, and then moved to Philly in 1972. And so he was just East Coast, and then he moved West Coast, and he was actually in the Marines and married at one point, and then eventually divorced. Jesus Christ. Let's get into his red flags, right? You know what's so funny? I even drew like little red flags on my notes.
Oh my gosh. This poor guy.
There were red fucking flags before he was even hired by these departments, even after the Marines and the military. He was rejected by multiple departments before he was finally admitted and passed the test for the LAPD. So that should have told somebody that he was not fit to do this job.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe if they all passed, maybe we shouldn't be just letting them on in, but.
My husband was denied application. Let me just say this because I was kind of pissed over this. There was an altercation at our home a year before with someone, I won't say any details, but someone assaulted us, attempted to assault us rather, or assaulted my husband for sure. He sucker punched my husband in the face. And then he ran around our property with a knife. He keyed our car. He took a knife to our vehicle all the way around, attempted to hurt his wife who was with us at the time. Yeah. My husband, a year later, was attempting to get into the BPD, but was denied because of that incident. It was too recent. My husband pulled a gun on this dude, did not fire, called the police after he had the gun drawn, did what the necessary steps, didn't fire, just was trying to show force, like protect himself, whatever. He was denied because of that. I don't want to give any further details, but yeah.
I assumed that he was denied because his hair's too perfect. That was my first thought. Like,
funny enough, he was bald.
What?
He shaved his head for that. He shaved his head for the community. This incident pushed him further into wanting to protect people.
What do you call it? And then,
but because of that, it's too recent. It was too recent of an event. So sorry, you're disqualified. He's intelligent as fuck. You know him. You've been around him for years. Like, he would be perfect. But honestly, I'm glad it didn't happen, because shit like this, people could decide to fucking reel you in and frame you and trap you into things like this guy. It kind of happened to him, unfortunately.
I would say a little bit, yeah.
Was working in 1992. He was undercover, with the narcotics department, and his partner, David Mack, was already kind of doing some fucked up shit. And he took this dude under his wing and sort of, I feel, maybe took advantage of the fact that maybe he feels like he had to manipulate him because, like, we're in this shit together at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
That's,
it's said that he kind of looked up to him.
I think you're absolutely right on that point. And there's a reason why, too. I think that later, I don't want to bring it up just yet because this is like the way end of the story. But one of the things I've always cheered about, and again, I have no problem with police departments. Like, that's not what we're doing this for. Like, I have no problem with the police. But in some cases, like, there's corrupt people in every organization. And it's often been referred to as like the biggest gang on the planet is the police force because they need to protect each other.
Right.
And to a certain extent, that's 100% right because they have to be there for one another. It's a very dangerous job with so much scrutiny, with so much magnification on you at all times. Like if you are out in uniform, even if you're running to the grocery to grab something for your family, you're gonna get some looks your way. The same as if you're wearing gang tattoos. Honestly, it's the same look almost. So I feel for that. It's a lot of hard work for not a whole lot of reward and a lot of scrutiny, but it can be treated a lot like we're saying right here, like you said, easily not corruptible, but easily manipulated by those that helped you get to where you're at.
Right. They sort of form like this weird culty brotherhood, it feels like. Because they're the only ones who know how this job goes. They're the only ones who know what happens behind the scenes. They have special access to certain things, and I'm not saying that the whole system is fucked, but I mean, if we're being real, the police force was based on, as far as I remember, I mean, I could be wrong on this, but them, chasing down slaves and bringing them back. I'm pretty sure that was the police force originally.
Well, no. The first police force actually started in London, and that was to go fight Jack the Ripper. But that's a whole other story. That's that's the first area. They call them what do you call? Oh my gosh, roughnecks because of their outfits they wore. Everyone in the police force had to be at least 6 foot tall. You had to wear these giant hats, these bowler kind of hats. This is 100% real. So these dudes look like they were like
laughing because I swear to God, I thought this was a joke.
No, 100% real. Like it was the exact same time period where the first organized police force, not just like dudes you paid to watch your house or something. Like London started that stuff, and these dudes were like everyone hated them. Oh, they called them raw lobsters because everything was in blue. The original was like it was blue. Call them raw lobsters, like a real term. And they were also from the very get-go a little bit corrupt because some of them, like if you pay them, they'll watch your stuff a little more, or they might look the other way if you got a side hustle going on. So
cops are still human beings. People forget
100%.
that quite often and put too much faith and too much money into these organizations when they have not really been proven to do more than probably civilians have done on their own. If we're being real.
Sometimes it's very true. Yeah, like we always try to blame organizations or ideas. Like, nah, every time it's always the people who are bad, Like you don't like Republicans or you don't like Democrats or whatever. It's the people that you don't like. It's not really the idea, People are bad, not things. And that's cool. I did not know that the badge is made of copper to lead to coppers /
That's why they called them coppers.
Coppers. I like that though.
And the paddy wagon was literally like a wagon, I think.
Yeah.
So they just put people in.
I thought it was driven by a guy named Patty though. Like, oh, it's got to be an Irish guy.
I think it had some racist connotations, but I could be wrong. I'm often wrong.
Call it. It probably was like it was to round up just a bunch of Irish guys in New York, and they're like, "Oh, get the paddy wagon!" Like you jerks, like get in.
But then again, why are a lot of cops portrayed as Irish in like 1800s movies? They're either British or Irish.
If you go back to New York, like one of the bigger areas for immigration in the U.S., the Irish took up a lot of police and firefighter duties. Like it's in the blood.
But they hated the Irish. That's so weird that they would allow them to work in those positions when Irish people were so fucking discriminated against.
It's bad. It was bad, but they weren't like good jobs back then. Like you weren't making much. They didn't have like public funded firefighters.
God,
until,
see, I don't know shit about police. Maybe I shouldn't have an opinion.
It's all bad. It's all bad. I agree with Richard though. You shouldn't have Whataburger shouldn't be in Chicago, and I'm sorry, Richard, but In-N-Out shouldn't be in Texas.
I've never had a Whataburger.
Oh my god, it's so good. I love Whataburger.
This is why, please, let's go to Whataburger Face.
We're gonna go there and back to some more barbecue too, because that was amazing.
Okay, cool. Sorry. No, I will say again, by the way, maybe I should not have an opinion.
Cool. It just, I feel so like
everything I say so far has been proven to be like, ooh.
No. I feel so torn because like I've had some really good interaction with police officers personally. Like Same. I was living in Compton for a while, and I was at the metro station, and they only beat me for like 30 minutes. That was it. You know, it was really easy. No, I'm just kidding.
You had me for like a second until you said they beat you.
I never dealt with anything like that. There was no stopping anybody, and I was paying attention over months.
You know what's crazy? But I think for me personally is because I'm a white woman, and I don't mean to be like arrogant or whatever and be weird, but it's because I'm an attractive white woman that I've never had really an issue with police.
What do you call it? You're not wrong. I mean,
I've been pulled. I have been on drugs speaking to a police officer, and he's like, "So what are you doing with your life?" He didn't throw me in handcuffs. Like a lot of people that probably might have been maybe, I don't know, not white and maybe not women get thrown in handcuffs and put in jail for the same thing.
What do you call it? Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. I had one experience.
Say that wouldn't be true. Like, I'm pretty sure those cops were just like, "Oh, she's just a sweet little girl." I'm a menace.
It's true. It's very true, everyone. Just so you know. She is the idea behind all the bad ideas we do. Like, she is the troublemaker.
We've had 4 hosts quit because of me. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, all right, back to the topic before we get too crazy on this. Can we go into David Mack for a second though, because that was a very important name you brought up.
Oh, dude. Okay. Well, I didn't get that far into him, but I did write down something that he did. So he and Perez were on the narcotics unit. They were, I think they were working undercover, but they were in the narcotics unit. October 26, 1993, Mac supposedly saved Perez. The dealer approached them as they were undercover and supposedly pulled out a gun, and Mac shot the other guy, saving him. But the real account that actually happened was this guy approached them unarmed, and he wasn't a threat. It was like a drug deal, basically. They were trying to catch him on drug charges and stuff. But they eventually ended up shooting him. David Mack ended up shooting this guy and laughing while emptying his fucking magazine on him.
Yeah. And there was we're talking about Javier Novando?
No. This was supposedly a different instance.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about the kid that they shot, like a 19-year-old kid.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's a whole other one. Jesus.
Our little friend Ray Perez is not innocent of quite a lot of crimes. But the first one was just being like he didn't even get busted for this one. He was just there when it happened, and his friend got locked up. He didn't serve any time for this. So at this time, as far as I know. But yeah, this dude just emptied the clip on this fucking poor. A drug dealer, I would assume, isn't just in it because, like, oh, I'm so fucking cool. I assume, hey, I gotta feed my family, or like, I have bills I need to pay, or I have, maybe some court fines I need to pay for because I have, this lifestyle I need to pay for some things, whatever, But he was murdered by a police officer. This officer ended up really getting busted, though. He was convicted. Yeah. It's just really sad. Yeah. Perez didn't get in trouble, though.
That's crazy. That's the crazy part for a lot of those. How many crimes he did and just didn't get any time for it. I think he served a total of like 6 years tops after everything came out, which is insane.
Is that including probation? Because he only served, I think, about 5.
Well, he got arrested and served, I think, 5, and then I think he got 2 more. Because
so you count the time he was actually arrested?
I think so. Like I think from time to time.
That actually makes sense. Yeah. Because I think eventually they might add that time from when you were arrested. They might count it onto your sentence because you were there. Hold up. I don't know if that's everywhere, but that sounds right to me.
No, you are right, because that's exactly why Casey Anthony got a week or something by the end of it. That's a whole.
Okay, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I know we're already halfway in. I have to, since you said that. That pisses me off so much.
Bring it on.
Okay. We're all agreed we're not gonna watch her documentary, right? We're not gonna give her the money. We're not gonna give her the views. We're not gonna give her anything.
I'm gonna watch to see if she kept it tight. Like I want to see if she looks good, but that's about it.
Thank the gods you're joking, because if not,
you gotta tell me for a fact though. You know that somebody's gonna do that. Like they're like, oh, she's hot, and they're not gonna know who she is.
No, it's so sad, but I'm being for real. Like I hope nobody watches her stuff, and I know there will be a lot of people that do watch because they're journalists and that's their job, and maybe they will put it out. But I am not going to give Casey Anthony my money. I am not going to let her get any money from me watching her just because she knows that's what we want. She wants us to watch her shit and feel sorry for her. And I don't care. I don't care. If she really wanted to tell us what happened, she would have been in prison when her daughter was basically found dead.
Oh no, she should have been arrested. Okay, but
almost 20. How long ago was that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I went on. I told you it was going to be a tangent.
Oh no, I'm on board for this tangent real quick. I want to share something here.
I hate Casey Anthony. I swear to God, I wish I could strangle her myself. I would go to prison just to be praised in prison and be treated like a fucking queen for strangling her with my bare hands.
I think you would be too. I think you're like.
I probably could too, because I've been working out a lot and I have a lot of anger issues.
I don't know, because you see this for the guys in the group. All right, this is a no judgment zone. I'm about to ask you. All right, but okay, so
I will say she is attractive. She is objectively. She's attractive.
Objectively, yes. That's the important part. Remember,
she looks kind of like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I will say that.
She looks insane right here, which she is. She's an insane, crazy person.
Of course. I know she's crazy.
Tell me right in the comments, guys. You can just put yes or no if you want, but would you not approach her in a bar?
Objectively.
Pretty sure, yeah.
She looks like Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
She kind of does, which makes me upset.
Where is she? Florida?
I think she is.
I have family in Florida.
What do you call it? You just sneak in our luggage and come with us. Murder her.
I don't need to sneak anywhere. I can just go hang out with my family and then.
No. We do it so no one has any trace of you being there.
As if they won't find my skeletons. They won't scan my skeletons in the fucking.
What do you call it? That's just an art piece I'm bringing to Florida. Whatever. I call it the tiny Cuban.
I'll just go to Florida and hang out with my Cuban family, and then we'll figure it the fuck out.
I think we can make that work. Then, yeah.
Ow! Sorry. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram earlier, but I poured literally boiling water on my leg.
I saw the burn. Are you all right?
So I was trying to make cabbage rolls.
Delicious.
And I didn't know that cabbage floats when you boil it. So I boiled it, and the water was too high. So I tried to take the little soup thingy and pour it out into a bowl. But the bowl was so deep and the water was so hot and slick that it slid like this. You know when sometimes you hit a dish too hard with like the pressure water and it goes whoosh,
yep,
and flies backwards? Mm-hmm. That's what it did to my leg. And so now I have like a bubble on my leg. That happened earlier today. So it's like a 2-degree burn, Joey said.
Yeah, that is definitely at least a 2nd degree. If it's bubbling, yes.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
I got less from battery acid. Jesus.
I mean, the things I do for him to have a dinner at night. I mean,
what do you call it? I guarantee you he's never asked you to burn your leg, though. Well, yeah, no, I'm going to guarantee that, yeah.
Well, thank the gods that this guy never actually fucking asked anyone to do anything crazy like that.
Yeah, but he did do it himself, though. I will give him that. Because Ray Perez, not when he did it, but later on was caught checking out cocaine and replacing it with Bisquick on multiple occasions. How
$722,000 worth.
What do you call it? That was one time too, wasn't it?
Over time, I think.
No, I heard once he did like almost $1 million at once.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was over time.
No, because he did it multiple times.
Shit.
One time he literally stole 3 kilos in one go.
Oh no!
This dude he had some brass balls. All right, I'll give him that. Because I couldn't do that. No way.
No, not cabbage stew. Cabbage rolls. By the way, for Gary, literally just cook up some vegetables and with a raw egg, mix it into raw meat, put it in a boiled cabbage, roll it up, and put it in the oven with like a tomato sauce type thing.
So like a healthier like spring roll.
Right. Although I burnt mine, which I'm really mad. Yeah, they're like black on top. So I'm like, cool. Taco Bell it is.
Hey, sometimes the oven wins, right?
No, cabbage for sure.
Yeah, the cabbage wins.
Thank you for keeping score, Richard. I appreciate that.
What do you call it? I'm gonna get a giant cabbage costume for Halloween next year. Scare you.
Richard 0, me 1.
Oh shit! If you could stab him through the internet, we're gonna make some serious money.
He would understand if I was able to do that. He wouldn't even be mad. He'd be like, "Take everything, cool."
Oh my
this
gosh.
piece of shit. Okay, so this guy actually convinced the jury that he wasn't involved in any of this.
That fucking blows my mind. I saw that part too. What the hell?
Yeah. So we wonder how he was able to get away from like serving any time for this because they're partners, right? David Maxers all the time because Ray was able to convince them that he really just, I was just a part of it. Like, I didn't have anything to do with it. Like, whatever. He convinced them. But yeah, it turns out over time, multiple victims came out as being basically blackmailed and fucking all kinds of shit by this guy. Like, falsely accused. He played on people. They use an officer's word against a victim's word most of the time. And, you know, they preyed upon these people because they were gang members. Which, a lot of the time, yeah, there were some violent crimes, but violent people. It's not preying on fucking people who didn't know what they were doing. It's so crazy.
No, it's true. And like the case I was saying earlier, Javier, he was a 19-year-old kid. Like, he was in a gang, yes. Can you hear me? Hello? Dang it. Hello? Guys, if you're in the comments, you want to let us know if any of us are moving. I think Lauren froze, or I froze. Lauren's video froze. Dang it, Gary. Sorry. Anyway, okay, yeah, she froze. Okay, well, I'll go into the case I was talking about before. Basically, Raphael and a different partner, not David Mack, went into an abandoned apartment where Javier Novato was residing with another gang member, and they told him to leave beforehand. So when he didn't, they actually arrested him. Not really arrested him, but handcuffed him and interrogated him and shot him, and then planted a gun on him. And he was going to end up serving 23 years or 25 years. But when all this came out, he retroactively got taken out of all of it. He served 2.5 years while all that was going on. And then he ended up getting a $15 million settlement for all the wrongdoings and the attempted murder on his life, because they shot the hell out of him. They shot him in the head and then planted a weapon on him, tried to obviously blame him. When he came out of the coma he was in for a bit, went right straight to prison. So obviously $15 million, pretty dang good. I would rather not be shot, though, if I was him. I think I would have picked not paralyzed, because I believe he's in a wheelchair still, if he's still alive. Got kicked out. I'm going to send Lauren the link again real quick, guys, so just bear with me 1 second. 1 second, guys. But that was just one case out of a bunch of them. That is why this is such an important story, because this is not an isolated incident. It happened. Yeah, he got a settlement for being, obviously wrongful conviction, shot by the police, and then they try to cover it up. So he ended up lawyering up, as you probably should if that happens, and he got money for it.
You pause. You're like glitching. Hello?
God damn, I couldn't hold it anymore. Oh gosh, take it. Richard told me to do it. Richard told me to pretend I was frozen.
What?
He told me to act frozen when
I
you
saw
got back
you
on.
breathing.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold it.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know why you got kicked out. The internet must have just lagged. It said that we're still on, though, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. It might be on my end, because I did see something. So I think I'm going to have to ask Peanut when he comes around here.
Yeah. You're still starting to. You're still a little laggy, but it's a lot better.
Shit. Yeah, you're like delayed as well. Like on the bottom, like where it says, like right above the options for like mute, stop cam, whatever. That little image, I'm perfect. Everything's good. But you're very slow.
Right now you're good. Like I see everything really well.
Okay, cool.
And I'm watching the stream too. We're fine. Everything's good right now.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck happened. That was weird.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's just the internet.
I don't know.
But where the heck were we? What's the next?
Somehow it was my fault. Basically, this guy got away, and his partner got locked up. Multiple victims came forward, and they all testified that they were unarmed during this whole time that they were arrested by these two or another officer. Another officer that we will run into. Just a recap. Officer Mac robbed a bank. He was sentenced to 17 years. Perez was not implicated. This happened on a Vegas trip. So this didn't even happen in LA when Mac got arrested. And then after that, Perez started signing out cocaine in other officers' names.
Like that's messed up.
Replacing it with baking powder and baking flour and other fucking shit.
Yep. I mean the fact it worked so many times, it's what blew my mind. But real quick for the bank robbery though, I want to go into that a little bit because
yeah, for sure. I don't have a lot of details on that, so please go ahead.
So Rafael or Ray Perez was never charged with the bank robbery, but it's highly suspected that he was a part of it, and they never found the money, over $700,000, and they never found it. And it was actually a conspiracy theory that David Mack and Ray Perez were getting that money, or at least some of it, to pay an assassin to kill Biggie Smalls. So they fill all that together. I'm guessing it's not true, but that still means that there's almost $1 million worth of missing money, which blows my mind.
We don't know. Nobody said.
True. Oh, Lauren, you're freezing up again. I don't know if you can hear me. We might cut it after this one, guys, because I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I think that's Damn it! I'm gonna text her real quick, see if that'll work. Oh, there we go. Boom. There we go. Yes. Okay. So you froze again. I couldn't hear you.
Really? I'm literally just sitting here. What the hell? That's so weird.
You know what it could be right now? It's just the weather being shitty. It's gonna be that time of year where it like messes with it for a bit.
Is it windy or something?
I think so. I'm not positive. It's just one night theory. I have no idea, honestly.
It's colder than normal, but I don't know.
What do you call it? Internet freezes.
It's attacking me. I'm sorry, guys. This is my fault, but I don't know it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's just internet's internet sometimes. Just shitty, you know. It's just what it does. But
I just started raging, throwing shit off my desk.
I'm with Richard. I blame daylight saving time. It's dumb.
Hey, I have nothing to do with daylight savings time, except for the fact that I have to get up earlier, and I'm a lot angrier than usual. That's the only thing I have to do with that.
I hate it. It's dumb.
I hate it, and then I have to get up earlier, and I will kill someone.
No, like Not a fan.
I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Oh, all right. So we're getting down towards the end. So
Which
after,
unfortunately is not the end because there's a lot, but there's just so much we can't get into.
yeah, it's very heavy on the details because at least it was all for the most part, documented, and they did try to get rid of some of the corruption going on. But from my understanding is the chief of police at the time only allowed research or accusations brought on to the crash unit itself. So that means that groups that weren't in that were allowed to just kind of do as they please, or maybe they stopped, but they didn't get charged for anything. And if somebody saw something and forgot to say or didn't say anything, and they were asked to come forward later, they were not given protection for doing that. So why would you tell on another officer if you are going to get, not nothing in return, but if you're not going to at least get that protection?
They literally did not even try to protect the people that were. They didn't have any laws that made them really.
No, not at all.
Everything was intimidation tactics. It's so fucking sad. So in 1998, Ray Perez was being followed by Internal Affairs. And after stealing from the department for 3 months, they finally fucking caught him. And he was relieved of duty at first. And then he got an attorney, which is so fucking stupid. Joe and I were actually talking recently how we personally believe that police officers should not get to have a union. I'm sorry, but unions protect ear too hard.
Yeah.
And it gets too messy, and unions too difficult to fire people that really get fired. That's why they're shitting police union. That is upset. People no business get to stay employed, get fired. There's a union protecting them from getting fired. It's crazy, and it's the same with the police force. It's awful.
You can see that in the Dahmer documentary or the Dahmer series that was towards the end when the police.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, real quick on that one. They didn't go into what happened after they you saw the end where they got the awards and stuff, right? That's not the end of that. One of them.
They got busted, didn't they? One of them at least, right?
No, one of them went on to be the head of that Shit. What the fuck? They kidnapped Lauren. The police got her. So I gotta go either bail her out of jail or we're gonna have Red Dead Redemption it, I think. I'm not sure. It's maybe a GTA 5 situation. Either way, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it right there. But there she is.
I swear. It's
so
because
weird.
we're talking about shit that they don't want us to talk about. This has never happened to us.
Yeah, that's Richie. She got silenced.
Can I be honest? This is fucking weird. And I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist or anything, but we have never been shut down this hard.
Not like that.
Until we decided to talk about this tonight. And until we started going off the rails and talking about shit. This... I don't even know if we should say anymore. This is not cool. I'm pretty mad because I want to talk about this, but we keep getting... I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give an opinion on what it is, but...
I'm going to say it. It's a goddamn conspiracy that's turning out to be real. That's all I'm going to say. And I think we should do a pre-recorded one and put it up.
I think so too, because you guys please understand We are humans. And we've taken off the past few Thanksgivings. So yeah, we're gonna take off a few Thanksgivings, guys. This Thanksgiving, at least. And then a few Thursdays is what I was trying to say, actually. And then December 1st, you guys are preparing to leave the state.
Yes, I'm gonna be leaving the next morning, like bright and early, to go to Florida. So
right. And also that evening, I am planning on going on a much needed date with my husband to see a comedian, Kyle Kinane, at the Well here in Bakersfield on the 1st of December. Those that like Kyle Kinane, I mean, he doesn't have any idea who I am, but I'm a fan of him, so I'll promote no matter what.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. If I could throw my hat in the ring, I would like to just like propose this. If Joey would rather go with me instead of you, like me and him can go.
And then I can go with Frankie instead.
Have fun with that. He doesn't even go to comedy shows, that loser.
Comedy shows are my shit, dude. We got to see Bert Kreischer a couple of years ago, and that was fun. But
so fucking cool.
You know what? I figured it out. I love going to watch concerts and stuff, but I know that if I want Peanut to come with me, it's got to be a comedy show.
Nothing wrong
comedy
with that.
show or a hockey game, and we will be there like that.
Oh, we're going Condors then?
Yes, please. With Jessica and Curtis? Absolutely.
All right, I'm down.
Maybe even Alyssa and Dylan.
Dylan,
too.
oh fuck yeah. I miss those guys. I've seen them like once in the last like year. It's ridiculous. All right. All right. Before we make plans on air,
it's gonna be like a quadruple threat. Or what is 5? I don't know.
Pentuple threat. I don't know. Something with penta.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode.
Yeah, I think we'll do that pre-recorded soon, guys. But I think it's gonna have to be because someone's listening. I don't know who's listening. So we'll get it then.
The amount of times we got kicked off just by talking about. You know what? Over time, I've become not superstitious doing the show, but when that happened, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like a conspiracy theorist now.
Suspect indeed. But yeah. Anyway, we'll let you guys go. Talk to you guys soon, all right? You have a great
Bye, guys.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, please. We'll be back on what's the week after? December 5th. 8th. December 8th.
Yes.
We will be back on December 8th.
Stay tuned.
All right. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.